Hello everyone, Mrs. Gigi here, back today with another of these coloring book sessions and more. I felt like doing a little bit of this coloring, and why not just click on go live and do it together with you rather than just sit here doing it by myself. So yep, I am going to begin, or I've actually cheated a little bit. I've started this one that I talked about last live, and I'm going to continue. But I can show you, I think I've shown you on my Instagram a little sneak peek of another one that I made. This one here. And I've also done another one, this. So, yep, it's been a little bit, but it's fun. So let's just continue. I feel like this is really relaxing, and that is exactly what I need right now. So I've started out with that thing, kind of made it easy, but then again, let's look into what colors we are going to use. And of course it's kind of a build-up of things. So there are some trees here, and again this little cottage thing. I don't know about the trees. Let's start with them, and going with all kinds of greens. So let's just take them all out of the little thing here. Let's see, where do I have the one that I always use? Yeah, it's over here. I've already used it, and I need to sharpen it as well. So let's start with that. So to all of my American viewers, I hope that you had a wonderful Independence Day celebration, 4th of July. And so, but for me, it's been like a regular weekend, really. So, am I going with that? I need to order myself a new one, definitely. But I kind of like to begin with this version of green. Just a little bit, and then add in all kinds. So I don't know. I have a diamond painting that I want to continue, which I haven't done in quite some time. So that's one of the focuses for this summer, I would say, because diamond paintings, they tend to take a little bit of time. Let's see, was I meant to do that? Let's erase that little part there, because I think that's meant to be the background. Just the tiniest little green going on to this tree. Hello, hello, April. Welcome, welcome. So for me, it's been a really relaxing Saturday. So far, at least. Let's see what we are thinking here, going like that. This specific book, if anybody is wondering, it's Swedish, which I am in Sweden, so it's a Swedish author and illustrator. It's this one. So I don't even know, like it is fairies and what kinds of different kinds of stars and fairy inspired type illustrations in here. Making doll furniture for my doll. Oh, are you into the diorama? I have a little diorama project together with my friend Create with Becca. So I've actually pulled it off as a year project. We usually craft together once a week throughout the whole year. And this year it's the diorama that's up on our minds. Going in, so this is of course a little bit of a slow process maybe, but it's building up, and that I find that is exactly what I need this time year, because you know the school year has finally finished and I need to just wind down a little bit. Oh, maybe you are there. Oh, sorry if I don't recognize you with all the me and names, unfortunately. So sorry if I don't remember you, April. Oh, this is going to be really fun. It's a detailed version of a picture, this one, because I looked into buying a rather, you know, plain and easy coloring book, because I haven't really done too much of these things earlier. Of course, you know, throughout the years I've colored in a coloring book like a child. I loved coloring in coloring books, but none of, you know, these type books. So I was looking into buying myself a nice but yet kind of beginner's book, and I found that these pictures were really cute, and maybe I don't want to say easy, but to color in. But this specific one, this was really inspiring me in terms of this being myself with all the thoughts and things that I have on my mind. Let's figure this out though. The underneath part of the tree we have to look into. Oh, you've been watching the replays. That's always fun to know. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being here live with me. So usually throughout the years I've been going live all kinds of days and times, and because of the time zones there is a difference sometimes. But now when it's finally vacation time, I feel like I just wanted to craft, so I'll just put on the camera here in the live and away we go. And of course I don't even know the English name for the thing that I was looking for the other day, but to smoosh the lines out a little bit. There is a specific name, I am sure of it, but English isn't my first language. It's kind of hard for me sometimes to remember all of the names for things. Let's see, is there a thing down there? I will leave it for now, but... And then this thing is definitely part of the tree, so we'll go kind of create that upper part being a one and that one. Maybe this over here. That means that we need to color in that little bit here. So I won't leave everything white underneath here because that is really strange. Like that, looking into what is that? Yeah, that I will leave it for now. There is another tree over here. I was at one point starting this kind of thinking that I wanted to go, you know, with all kinds of colors. But then I realized you know, that's not me. I want to have it kind of realistic color-wise, so that's why I'm doing it like this. So we have the parts of the green here, and then we will go in with this one. Just adding in a little bit. The beauty of building it up. But also my opportunity to kind of slow down a little bit, because this is what this specific thing is meant for, making me slow down. As I ever slow down, for those of you that know me personally, I do not. I tend to just create, which could mean that I do this whole book in a week. But I'm trying. I am definitely trying. Hello, Shadowcraft. Thank you so much for stopping by. So I'm trying to slow down. It is not easy, but I don't know, maybe I'll just figure it out at the end of the summer, because that kind of gives me a couple more weeks to do these things, but also other things here on YouTube. So apart from this, that I actually got inspired, I don't want to say more than, yeah, really started it 2 weeks ago maybe. I've been looking into doing things like this for the last years, I would say, in a way. But this specific thing is definitely everything going on in my mind, so that's why I'm kind of like it a bit. Other than this thing I am creating in my summer journal and the junk journals, and creating things like this is what I usually do. I've done several of them throughout the years. I've also done design team projects and, you know, all kinds of things in terms of junk journaling and digital. I don't even know. That's been a lot of things. So those two, the little journal and this is the thing that I'm going to focus on this year. Let's see if I want to sharpen this little pencil a bit. And Shadowcraft, I do have a diamond painting literally laying right here beside me, like on the floor. But no, I'm not going there for today at least. I've done several diamond paintings too. Also, my way of trying to relax a bit. And to be totally honest, diamond painting was so stressful. It was up to the point where I loved watching it, but I couldn't really understand the beauty of doing a diamond painting. And then I kind of forced myself to try it out. And I did find it kind of nice just to be able to sit there for hours doing something creative. And with my work and things going on in my family, I felt like, you know, just a couple of minutes each day is what I need. So I needed something easy. So diamond paintings made it, you know, easy for me to just put it away or start it just like 10 to 15 minutes a day if I felt I needed that, or several hours. But the beauty of just being able to do something like that is really what I needed at the time. Absolutely relaxes. Yeah, the relaxing part and fun part, the fun part is what this whole thing is to me. I started this YouTube channel actually it was several years ago, making it only for myself, just because I felt I needed to do something. Met up with all of you wonderful people and a whole community of crafters, which I'm really, really glad I found all of you, because that was a whole new world opening up. Of course, I've done, you know, several kind of crafty things throughout, I would say, the last 25 years or so. But in terms of doing it live like this, that actually took quite a couple of years to decide upon if I wanted to do it or not. But it's fun. So up until today, I just felt like, let's just share this thing with my friends online. So here I am. So doing this, of course, sometimes doing this is a little bit too relaxing, and me not speaking the language is kind of a little brain thing going in my mind sometimes. Whole new world, especially from oh yeah, like 25-30 years ago. Oh, it's yeah, it's a whole whirlwind of things that has happened since then. I used to say, like, every other life or every life, you don't need much. I tended to start with this. This is regular printed paper. In my case, because I'm in Europe, it's a European A4 size piece of paper. Folding this in half and literally, I don't know, I have a couple of pencils, you know, literally just a regular one like this. This is where I started, and you don't need much to be able to create something. Of course, if you want to go like all professional and things, you need maybe other things, but if you just want to have a relaxing time and doing something fun, you don't really need too much of anything special. But there are things. My best buy, is it really, now we're thinking about it? Yeah, I tend to talk to people about watercoloring because I used to do that a lot. But my best buy, of course, I have all those fancy, expensive colors. I did a lot of painting with oil paint before too. So I had expensive brushes, expensive paints, but then I realized the one watercolor set that I go to, that's literally my go-to. That's the IKEA children's watercolor set. That's what I do. I can imagine you can do that. Oh, absolutely. It's just a matter of practicing, having fun. And then, of course, I don't know if you want to show a thing like that, but yeah, I find it's just having fun talking to people, especially us in the YouTube world, doing lives like this. You know, you can compare yourself to professional artists, if you like to call it that. Of course you can, but no. I have my life, I have the family, I have 5 kids, I have 100, you know, I work full time. This is just for fun. Let's see. At this point in my life, I'm trying to use the things I already have as much as possible. Yep. I'm all with you on that, April. Yep, absolutely. I tend to see this as my time, my time of it's, you know, with 5 kids and my husband. Of course I want to spend time with the family, it's not that, but sometimes I just feel like I want to be by myself. And I tend to say to all my friends, my craft room is my brain in a way like this. It's a whole you know, it's a tornado type situation. There are crafty things all over. There are paints, there are brushes, pencils, paper. Looking around now, looking at all of these, it's a whole mess, really. Outside of this craft room, that's my home. There, it's there we have, you know, friends coming over. It's nothing like this, but here inside my little bubble, that's this is what's going on there. Absolutely. Yeah, getting paid. Yeah, I don't know, that's not me. Absolutely not at this time in my life, at least. No. So but you can do much for this specific thing though. I tend to go with these. These are more like, this is the Faber-Castell polychromes or poly pens. You might you know, recognize these though. Of course I have these are from the kids section. You can use these too, but to me they are not as good as these, of course, I would say, in a way. But yeah, I use these sometimes because my kids have them, and sometimes they actually kind of borrow things from mom. They are allowed to do that, of course, but I would love them to like put things back if they do, which they don't really do as often as I wish for them to. So sometimes things are laying all over and I need to just take these to do something. So that's why I sometimes do that. Oh, your craft room is unfortunately. Oh, you're yeah. Oh, I can imagine that being a little tiny bit of a struggle. But also I can think of that as, yeah, organizing. I don't know. I wish I had a little series back in May. I was thinking that, yeah, it is not organizing. It's, to me, it's like more rearranging, making things more accessible in a way. But I was doing a little bit of crafting in that series and rearranging the things right here beside me, because doing lives, it's really nice to have paints and things close by. So I rearranged all around me to be able to reach for things more easily. But organizing, of course, it's really, really nice to look at an organized, nice looking craft room. But in a way, I have to have it a little messy to be able to be inspired. So, yeah, I don't know. We are all different, so that's at least a thing that I like. The world is a better place with everybody in it. And of course, there might be somebody inspired by what I do. So that's a little bit of a name for me to inspire people. Yeah, I don't know, are you be having your craft room in your bedroom? I can imagine that being a nice thing in a way. I remember when I had the surgery done, I had a little table, actually one of those that you can fold up, having in bed. That was rather nice in a way to have it like that. Let's see, we are going to do that tree up there and then choose another color to darken it a little bit. Yep, what works for you? Yep, absolutely. That's, yeah, that might be the thing that makes you want to create in a way, if it works for you yourself, or you know, because other than that, you tend to, I don't know about all of you watching, but in society today, and especially with my my work and things that I do there, I can see that almost everyone is comparing themselves to another person. It could be a family member, or you know, whatever, really, others online, even like in social media and things. But we are all just people trying to have our lives, you know, with work and things. So no, comparing ourselves to one another, that's not a good thing. At least that's what I'm thinking. You know, downsizing, I like to downsize. I used to do a lot of digital scrapbooking a couple of years back, and that meant I didn't really have anything in terms of, you know, papers, and because I was digital scrapbooking had, you know, with regular scrapbooking, it's a lot of papers and glue and bling and, you know, all of those small little ephemera details and things. But all of those things were digital, which meant it was kind of neat to just tuck the computer away, in a sense. yeah, now instead it has become, you know, I need to have that, I need to do this, and then realize, no, stop, you cannot do that. Or for me at least, you're not allowed to do that because, yeah, it is just too much. We are going to continue with another. I wish I had, let's look into it. I can use the other one, the other pen, to make it a little bit darker. So the I don't know how it works with the Independence Day weekend. Do people tend to celebrate throughout the whole weekend, or how does it really work? Because that's what I'm thinking. At least the younger generation might just celebrate throughout the whole weekend. Lack of money brings lack of motivation. In some cases, from a lack of tools as well. Now, oh, oh yeah, I can totally see and understand that in a way. Yeah. For me, I've throughout the years, I would say, I've taught myself to just literally think outside the box as much as possible, which has made me into not needing too many things. And I've realized that going on vacation each summer, because I usually have a project throughout the summer, and with our summer house, you know, I don't really have anything in terms of crafting tools, paint, or anything there. I tend to take a little box with me, and that is it. So that's why I'm kind of thinking this book, this set of pens, and I will bring this book that I've started to create. This is my summer journal, June, July, August. I've started it. I know that it will become chunky, you know, as it already is in a way, creating in that, and take a little basket with me with a little tiny bit of ephemera and things, because journaling like that also makes me collect throughout the day. So I take things, for instance, when we are at a restaurant, I'll maybe have their menu and adding into the journal, or something else, you know, just maybe some pictures is usually in there. Online I tend to not show them though, but I just have pages that are blank and then put pictures in later on. So there is always that thing that you don't really need too much. Diamond painting could be a thing that I bring. I've never done it actually. Because all of the drills and things, you know, they go all over, but that could be if you had a little organizer, which I've been actually looking into. Never thought about yeah, not this year, maybe at a later date I will add it into my vacation type thing. we're going in with this, making it even darker. So this might be the why it is taking a little bit of time. The beauty and not, I would say, in a way, no, I don't know. For some it might be a little bit stressful doing this layer by layer kind of thing. Let's see, depends on how much people like to party. Oh yeah, Our National Day here in Sweden aren't as big as in the US. And I don't think it has to do with, you know, the thing of celebration in a sense, really. Our midsummer usually, it actually differs a little bit, usually around the 20th of June. Is our big celebration kind of weekend. It's on a Friday, so yeah, people tend to do celebration both with family and friends and all over. So that's what we have been doing so far this summer. I actually read somewhere that today is, what was it? National Cracker Day or whatever it was. National Cracker Cookie Cracker, not something like that, day in the US today. I know that I have a lot of US watchers, so that is why I kind of looked it up, and I spoke about all different kinds of national days in a live a couple of weeks back. Because international, like me being in Sweden and my viewers are, I have a couple of Swedish viewers, but most of them are in the US or Australia and England and, you know, all over the world really. So we spoke a little bit about the difference in all of the days. And we also spoke about the ability to have, because I'm thinking like all countries have special days. We spoke about Pancake Day, I think it was. And that apparently differs between the countries. What day it is, that's what it is. World UFO. UFO as in the UFO, or for me UFO could be unfinished projects. You know, unfinished craft projects that you have laying around or up on a shelf or whatever. Unfinished objects in that sense. Well, that is also one thing. There are so many unfinished projects, or so you know, people tend to have, oh yeah, as in aliens. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know there was such a day, the World UFO Day. There are some really fun and strange days. World UFO Day. And of course, if you're interested in different kinds of things, there are days for everything, really. Or you can come up with the day yourself. That might be something. Oh, July 1st. Oh, I didn't even know. I didn't even know a thing. The only, I don't know exactly what, I'm lying there. I think our National Cinnamon Bun Day is October 4th. I think it is. Or just in the first couple of days in October. That's the only day that I know. Like, because I love cinnamon bun rolls, like, but not the ones that we make in Sweden. They don't have that. They are not as sweet, maybe, as the US ones, and they don't have icing. Never understood the thing with that. So what else are we going for apart from this tree situation that we are working on now? I'm debating with myself if I want to go even darker. And at one point when thinking, is this a tree? I'm debating with myself if it is. Oh, you have different kinds of cinnamon rolls? Yeah. I've seen a lot of them, but the only thing I know is that ours aren't as sweet. But that might differ too. I don't know. I don't know. So I will leave that, thinking it might end up being a tree here in the background, or something. I was at one point actually thinking about this as some sort of, and that this might sound a little bit strange, but some brain tissue type situation because of this being the head. But then of course I needed to make them into trees because otherwise it would have been really, no, I would actually be disgusted by the picture. And I don't want to be like that, so. And maybe darken it up. We need to figure out the shadow things over here too. I've changed up a bit in the craft room. The thing that I'm not pleased about is the lighting. So we'll have to figure that one out. So what else? What are we aiming for now? I was thinking about this piece. Maybe going orange with these. Orangey red. Taking the orangey red and yellow. These. Maybe this one. Hello, hello, makeup mom and son. It's been a while since I've seen you, but you are so welcome back. Let's see, I'm going yellow on these first. Just to have something. And that's another thing, that's another one, and this is the same. Those are the same thing. And these ones, and then there are some. Am I going like all over really here? Yeah, I think I am. Why do it in all different kinds of way when you can go with the same color? Let's see this one. And then down here. So this part of doing it is kind of easy, just filling the things in a way. And there is another situation going here. These. Oh, thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, Shadowcraft. No worries at all. So from now on throughout the summer, I think I've spoken about it before, but you know, there will be more lives than usual, and that's because I have the vacation. So I feel like I want to have, you know, my time here in my craft room, which is really important to me. Let's look into these back here. That might be one. And this one. And of course the intricate little things in the background, I don't want to leave them because they do show. But I feel like I want to just take a little bit extra time with these. And have I done, I'm thinking these are they a part of, no, they are not a part of the actual flowers there. We will go yellow on those two, and it might be that they will end up looking strange, but let's see, we haven't forgotten about any of them, have we? This is definitely something else, so no, I don't think so. These, I don't want to have them as pale, so we will go over them again. And this is a more of a darker version of a yellow, going in with that. And as you can see, I'm not really doing anything special, just a little bit extra in between. And that might be the beauty or the difference between me being professional and those that can really do these types of things. Sometimes it has also evolved into doing a thing like this because, you know, back in the day I literally just had 10 minutes. I actually had videos like 10 minutes craft kind of thing, not the 5-minute craft kind of, you know, the famous big thing there, but you know, literally 10 minutes, what can I do in 10 minutes? And then had videos with that. So I usually nowadays with things that I do, I don't really tend to do it extremely detailed, but I am trying, and part of it being me trying to relax a bit when doing it might be the answer. So we have used these two, light yellow glaze, and what is this one? Dark, no, it's in German, so dark maple orange, I think. I don't know if in the US it says the names in English, of course, I would imagine. Actually going in with a little bit of red at the end there, I think. Going up here. So being able to do a thing like this, yeah, it's a big step. I've done a couple of steps in my crafting career, like yeah, using glue at the point that, like I do today. I had a big issue with having glue on my fingers and all over the projects that I created, so but I can manage that now, which makes me really happy because my life is a little bit easier when crafting. I not really tend to think as much as I did before, which is also kind of relieving in a way. So going in here with the cadmium orange, dark cadmium orange it is. Up here with the orange as well. So this is literally what I do. Like the one that I made up here, like here the other day, it wasn't as detailed, but I managed to do it like this instead. And the other one that I made live together earlier this week turned out like this. So yeah, and then this one back here that I created yesterday. So they have little fairy detailed things. So it's really cute. And these. And I am going, let's look into this using this, because I've missed one in the back here. Of course, when doing it on video like this, things tend to look a little bit lighter than it actually is. So I do have, this is also one of the dark pencils that I like, cadmium yellow. Yeah, I tend to just add the pictures on my Instagram, and that is Mrs. JG there. Mrs. JG is the name that I use, or Mrs. JG Crafts, everywhere, all around social media. So we have that. Let's put those in there and then look into this one is more pinkish, pale, I don't even know, like pale gernum red. No, we don't like that. Am I going really red, this one? Trying it out. Yes, I like that. We will need to sharpen this one, and Yes, for those of you wondering, this little thing, the yellow, I have an extra pin if needed. The beauty of having these pins is that you can order them separately, which in a way makes them a little bit expensive, but you know, sometimes I tend to do that because it's easier than just adding another, you know, ordering a new whole set. And I like that little box of mine because it's easy to just take things with you. I'm just adding in a little tiny bit of red in the bottom there of each of these. I don't know what they are. Are they petals of some sort? Or maybe a cacti type situation. I have no clue. To me they are kind of yellow orangey anyway. I don't know why I felt like it, but it felt right to me. We're going up here again. Using, as you can see in this set, this is, I don't know, Studio Box, was it? I've had this for several years, so I don't even know if this is available. Usually I think at the start it was like 36 colors. I've added in colors too, so you know, I've actually switched out a couple of them too. But other than that, I love this little box of mine. So looking into maybe these and those. I'm thinking kind of brownish. Let's see. These and maybe an orange. Or this one. Yellow. I don't know. We will go with these. Putting the other ones aside. Actually going with, this is just the, it's called the light flesh. I'm going with that to begin with. Adding in brown in the end, I would say it will be nice. Let's see, that's another type flowery situation or leafy situation. That one is the same. These are the same. And the other one here going in the back, and that, and this one down here, and then of course we do need to figure out, you know, certain parts of this for instance, and also see this thing down here, like, are there those like bushes or whatever is it? Like, I have no clue. This thing over here is the same, so we will color this thing in. Maybe just adding in, it's a little bit of a glare in darkness here, unfortunately, but so this is the base of these. So let's figure anything else. That's a thing there, though. These two are the same, and that one as well, so we will leave that. Adding in, this is, it is, then what is it? It is, the thing is with these, it is written with gold, Venetian red. Does it say Venetian? Venice? No, I don't know. It is another word in English, I think. Yeah. Venetian red, something like that. I don't know. But it's a whole different other word in German. So then we're going in with that. It wasn't Venice. That's what it, at first looked like to me. But apparently it wasn't, so I don't know. Venetian, I think it was, but it wasn't. And that is what if I looked at the German word too, like, because the Faber-Castell pins, those are from Germany. Let's go in like this, and that one over here, of course. Because it's in the kind of the crease here, it won't really show too well, unfortunately. And then let's see, I'm actually thinking about this one, but I need to sharpen it a little bit. Or am I going darker? The beauty with these are that you can kind of, if you're heavy-handed, you don't really need to go as dark, because like I've shown you here, depending on how heavy-handed you are, you can get 3 types of colors on the same pen. And that is what I'm kind of doing sometimes. If I feel like I need it. I'm going in here again. Adding in just a little bit of a thing all the way around. And this is darker. This is brownish type. Burnt or orch, whatever it says. Or ochre, maybe. Just darkening it up a little bit. I don't want to have it too brown, because we are going to add this brown in it too. So just adding in a little bit. And on this one over here, so it is starting to look like something. The beauty of a thing like this, it's, it's a building process, I would say. Using all kinds of colors, you can build up as much as you like, actually. And of course, if you're heavy-handed, you can add in more. Let's look into sharpening this one. I don't know about you, but sharp pens, oh, this is a nice little sharpener. It is really sharp now, which makes it way easier to just add in details. And I don't know, if you want to see the details, you can go to my Instagram. I don't know if they really will show up on camera. I'm not too sure, because I tend to not just adjust too much camera, you know, with the situation. I'm not as tacky as I wish I would be. So I'm just adding in a tiny little bit of this brown. And then this one over here, going in a little bit more because this turned out a little too red for my liking. So we have those finished for now, I would say. Now looking into, I feel like I want to add red. So what are we going for in terms of these? I can definitely see that I've missed what I feel is a tree thing over here. Is it this thing? Or is it, yeah, I will fill it in as a tree, part of this tree, even though it might not be, but I felt it now when looking at it, like we missed it. So it might not be identical to the others exactly, but that's not what I'm aiming for. So these, I do feel red is coming in a way. I don't want to say that I wanted to make those gray. Oh, no worries at all, April. Thank you for just being in the background. I feel like I want to have these gray. Or that's the thing over here and here. Or do we want to have a bright color? Yep. I think we are going bold in terms of that. We are going with that. Just let's see. Yep, we are just going in with this. It is a turquoisey color. And I don't know what this is meant to be in the background, or is it like stone or whatever. I'm going this and a little tiny bit of gray, but I do feel like this is needed here just to brighten it up a little bit, like that. And with this, of course, you can see I've done it really light, doing it really light, like the thing that I'm doing here. Have it a little bit darker and really dark if you like. So, and you can go even more dark if you do several layers. So like I'm doing it light here because I'm going in with the gray. So that might be kind of stone-ish situation here with those. But I felt like you know, if I'm also going to add in red. So with the orange and yellow and the brown and the red that comes, that's kind of nice with a little bit of blue grayish in the background. Going in like this. Not detailed at all so far. Just adding in. Now we will have to think. This is definitely one thing. These are two, but they are continuing there, which means, yeah, we will start with this. This is one of those, like, I'm certain that these will be blue. These three little bump things. There is definitely one thing there, which means this one is as well. Yeah, we will just do it. Not too much thinking. Is there? Yeah, I'm almost talking to myself here, but I can definitely say, like, I used to plan a lot with my creative projects. Now I'm more into doing rather than planning, but it kind of turns out great anyways. So let's see, going blue here, more blue all around these flowers, not doing any small little details so far. So that's the blue grayish there. And now the main question might be, we're going blue there and there, but this thing, I feel like I want to go blue here and this. That means I need to go blue here all around this little pond situation in the middle there. And if I'm going blue there, I need to go blue up here. So we're going around like this. And on this little thing at the almost at the edge here, that's blue too. Going all the way around. Not at all intricate things, is it? All the way around there. And this thing in the back. Over here. So I wouldn't say that this will be finished, but yeah, it is kind of close to it anyways. Adding in small little details is a thing, of course, that I have to do, but the base of it is there in a way. Like that. And going in all the way down here. There are details there. And now looking into it, am I going to make this into this blue situation? I don't know. Or am I going to make it into a tree? I feel like I want to make it blue. These, I've almost forgotten about those. I can see them being blue. Let's fill those in first and see. That might be the tree. I can see that now. So we will have to go into making that. Going in these little areas, adding in a little bit more here and there, just the tiniest. The tree is there, which, let's see. If I go green here, that's definitely the tree. Going in to do this little marking situation with the trees. And, I don't know, I haven't decided. It can easily be a tree here, but wouldn't it be more fun? To me it feels like a tree because of these, you know, these little things here. So we will add them as tree. Going in like this. Doing a little bit of circular motion too, just all over really. Going in with the greens again. Which one was it? This one. Adding in a little bit. And the darker one and the little lines, of course. Kind of feels better being green, doesn't it? We are going like that, going in with this, going in even with the one over here, a little bit more bluish, and then making it tree-like. That feels better to me. These will definitely be more gray, so we are going with the gray. Making them just the tiniest bit more looking like stone parts. Not adding in too much of the gray though, just the tiniest bit. Like that. Over here. Just down here at the bottom of this little lake situation going. And here. And then down here, all the way down underneath these. And on these little situations down at the bottom here. So adding in just the tiniest little things. And like I said, I'm not really sure that this will be visible enough on camera. If you want to have more detailed pictures, please go to my Instagram, Mrs. Gigi Crafts. There you can see other things that I've done, other crafty things as well. And of course all the videos of on here. Let's look into adding a little there, and then these up here, adding in again a little bit, just the tiniest little bit. Don't want to add too much. So the thing that we are going with now, the green for the stems of the flowers. And some of them really, because there are flowers without no stems too, but those that are will be green. Just adding in them like that, and over there of course, but down here too. And here. And just folding this thing. And let's see this one there. Have I missed a thing down there with the red and yellow? I think I might have. Let's see if we can just adjust that into a little yellow detail there, a little orange, just the tiniest. So any more, the flowery bits, those up there, this one, these, and there is a little lady sitting there. So we have those. We are going, let me think, we are going with what color flowers? Sharpen it again, a little sharpening. And let's see, we do need the cadmium yellow. Where is it? It is tiny, so I don't tend to just have it down here at the bottom. Yep, I think it was there. These, just a little center. Yet again, they are so small, so I don't even know if it is visible. This is definitely like traditional small little flowers to me, so that's where we are heading. The flowers down here. This one over here. There are a couple of flowers. It's really cute. So we are going yet again light with this pinkish red. We're going to fill it in with darker red in a bit. Just building it up again. So we are going with these over here. Looking really pale at the moment. But it will show in the end. I'll be sure of that. These little flowers of ours. Just going in with all of them. And this one. And again, let's see, these. That was about to not really remember to create the, oh, have I? No, I don't know about that thing there, is if it was yellow or not, unfortunately. Just adding in again with the little pinkish red so far. So there are definitely different styles that you can go with this. So as you can see, the trees are looking like this for this one, and this is really dark for this one. So depending on the mood, I would say. Like that one there. So in this case, we are going with, let's see, is it this one? This is dark red. Sharpening this one. Hello, Carla. Welcome, welcome. Long time no see. So this is dark red going in with that. On the smaller ones, it won't really show too much, unfortunately, but on the bigger ones, it will. So this is a new thing to me, or kind of new, but I do like it a lot. I do like it a lot. Of course, we do need to figure out a page in our daily journal before this ends, but and let's see. So a little bit of red. I would say this to me is Santa red. It is dark red, but to me that's the Christmas color red. So we are going even more bright red on these, but the flowers more brownish red or darker red. So these will brighten up a bit. Going in all these small little intricate little things. It is really nice to have you, Carla. It's been quite a while. But it's on me definitely, because you know, with the time zones and things, I haven't had time to do the streams like I used to. So yeah, but it's really, really nice to be able to right now. It is really nice. So we have those, and the bright red. The bright red is, let's see, where do we have it? This one, and how bright are we going? That's what I'm thinking now. Yeah, let's go in with this first. This isn't as bright. And I don't want to have it too bright either, because this whole creation isn't as bright as the other one. But I definitely want to have it more red. Just go like this first. And on camera, unfortunately, I don't know if it is visible, but it's two different kinds of red, really, really close to each other, but They are different. And this one down here, could go again with this. This is more pinkish red, if you like. This one that I'm using now. Hello, hello, Bobby. Welcome to my channel. And this one like that, going in, filling in all of these small little lines really. I'm not a nature person, I would say. No, I'm not into all like gardening things, so I don't even know the names for this in Swedish. All of these, like the whatever it is, I have no clue. Flowers are really beautiful, but flowers are not for me. Not in the you know, I don't have green fingers. That's what it is. Definitely not. I wish I had though, because to me gardening is a relaxing thing, or it seems to be. But no, it's not a thing. I tend to have beautiful flowers and then suddenly something happens, aka I don't water them and I don't take care of them too well, which to me is you know, the same as they die. I do feel like this, we have totally forgotten about it, so I will just make it blue so I don't do a mistake here and making it red, because that would be a disastrous moment for us. Not really, not really, but it wouldn't be as nice. Let's see, going in with this again. So this is as close for as flowers go in terms of creating. Let's see, I mean, I don't like it being like that. Let's actually adding in a little bit, and yet again darker again. So this is almost done. I've been thinking about the house. I did the house yellow on one of the other pages, yellow and orange, and can't really do too much in terms of other things. Can I? No, I don't know. Like, we will have to figure that one out in a little bit. And of course we need to do the stairs, and there's a couple more things here. Like this over here, filling this whole thing in. Now it takes a little bit of time. And the thing up there. I do see a couple of things. Let's see, this red is definitely not going anywhere close anything else. I'm going in with this darker purplish red. Yet again, I don't really know. I think it shows a little bit on camera. I think we missed a bit of the tree that I can see on a part there. but we will have to figure that one out in a little bit. Let's just draw a little line there and there and over here. So going in all the way with this darker, whatever red, what red is it? Dark, and this is dark red. The other red to like, or was it this one? Cadmium red. This to me is a little tiny bit more purple. It says dark red, but it is a little bit more blue tinted in a way. So it makes more purple to me than any of the others. Let's see, I do want to have that a little tiny bit darker. Just adding in again, and there too. Going in with the darker up here just to do the same thing. On these. All the way around. I don't like it to be that. So this thing, I think now we're looking at it that we have missed it, so I'm going to add in. Why is it that we missed so many green bits in terms of trees? Just adding it a little bit, and then the little lines here, making it, let's look into what green we have there. Look at this one, a little bit of that. Oh, this one, sorry, that didn't really, oh, that was actually kind of good. Let's go in with that. That was a mistake, but let's go in with a little bit of yellow. It is a little bit darker there, but I don't even mind that. Let's go with this. Yeah, like that. The stairs and the trees themselves. The stairs to me is going to be do we have the dark gray black combination, maybe, or brown? No, these. Let's put all of the others away for now. So we are going dark gray for the stairs. I don't know if that is enough, but we will go like that first to see how that feels like. And then twisted, this is twisted a little bit, so we need to go darker here. And up, further up, it might be a little bit darker anyways. Just have to press a little bit harder to make it darker in a sense. Let's see, maybe I'll add a little bit more black into it too, which makes it a little bit of a different color at the end. Let's see up there. Does it really continue? It does. In between here and there, and you know, coming up over here. So we will just add in a little bit more gray there. And as you can see, I wish I were one of those color artists that spend several hours on their creations, because that makes the whole thing beautiful. But I am not. I am trying to kind of make it quick but relaxing in a way. So that's definitely one of the things that I have to look further into and learn. That's what it is. Let's see, going in with the darker on the edges there, just to emphasize the little area with the stairs. Just a little bit anyways. Just adding in a tiny bit of shadow. Going further down here with the steps. And adding in again a little bit more of the shadow there. Might actually add more. And this one needs to just have a little bit more. Actually going in with the roof. This is going to be the same colors. To me, I would use bricks instead of this corrugated, whatever it is. It might be my first choice, but I will have to go with what it is. So we have it there. We have this one, just adding in a little bit. Underneath here too. And on the actual place there. Like that. And let's see, we haven't really missed anything now, have we? We do have, I'm thinking, these two for the clouds, this one, and maybe the little smoky things that's going there too. I will add in the light gray. So the clouds first will have to have a white little thing going. And then the blue added in. Just the tiniest. Adding in again. Like that. And then over here, going in here. So just adding in the tiniest bit of blue, maybe just a little bit more there. Do kind of the same here, but with these gray. So a white, not really show at all, does it? This is, I don't even know if it's white. Yes, it's white. It says it is. And we are going in with gray this time instead of the blue. This is it gray? No, it's warm gray. I don't know about these color names sometimes. It's confusing to me, but that's not because it's a new world. It's a whole new world opening up. And I know that this isn't really showing too well at all, but it's there. It is. I can promise you it's there. So now we have the little cottage there, and I am actually feeling that I want to have a yellow. I don't know why, I just feel like it, but is it appropriate to have a yellow little cottage on the head? I kind of liked it being yellow like that. That's why. Yeah, we are going yellow like the sun. Not as bright of a yellow maybe because of the whole, you know, the outcome of this whole thing. I don't want to have it too bright, but just a little bit. So something like that. We're going in with another yellow. This is a lighter version of a yellow. And yet again, I don't know if it will show, probably a bit. But it kind of brings the whole thing together in a way. And I'm going with a darker yellow on the edges there of the windows just to have a little bit of something else. And there will also be a little bit of darkness with the gray inside of the windows. Like that. So now, what do we have? We have, of course, the face and things. If I don't want to leave it white, I don't know. We have the tree trunks. We are going more realistic, of course, with, sorry for the reach there, but we are going with these. So it's just a matter of starting. We will start with this one. Light, 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 as light as possible. And then the little birdie there in the tree. I've totally forgotten about him. And then this little person there. There is a thing going here. I don't know how to do that. We will have to figure that one out. It's a whirlwind of things. Sorry if I need to just do it like this so you don't really see what I'm doing. That's a learning curve for me. Let's see, this little girl needs to be colored in, of course. So light, 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 whatever color this is. This is burnt. Yeah, that's the burnt orange. Ochre. Oh no, I don't even know. Like that first. Doing that on all of the trees makes the whole thing easier. Okay, we have that. And yep, it is almost coming to an end. These over here are definitely going to be filled in. And these ones up here. And now the thing is, like this thing, where's the start and the end? Where is it? I don't even know. This. I don't see the end anywhere near like that, or what? What are we going to do? What are we going to do with you? That thing there. I think I'm actually going to leave it and figure that one out at a later date. It feels like that for me, at least now, because it's rather late for me. I can see it starts there. It might be that it goes around there, but doesn't really have an explanation in terms of something else. I don't know. It might be an error. I've seen those things happening with coloring books, so that might be. So we are going with these. And over here, like that. All of them are colored in. Yep, I think they are. Like down here too. Going a little bit darker on some of the places. I'm just adding in a little bit. In like that. And going on all of the trees, just the tiniest bit. Oh, of course. I'm glad that these can be somewhat erased, that the colors can be. And I do have one of those, these. This is Nail Art Eraser. It's like clay, which makes the whole thing lift instead of, you know, you have to erase like this. But do I use it? Rarely, I would say. But I have it for certain things. I'm going in again with a little tiny bit more of the dark. Twisting and turning might be the option for creating in this kind of book, but not at this moment. So I'm just trying to do something with the arm there. Oh, try it out. Hello, Time Lord. Sorry I didn't say hi to you at first. You know, I have opened up my community posts on YouTube, so you can absolutely add in if you like. And you know, I hope that the community are nice in terms of not judging each other, because that's not me at all. It's just an inspiring thing, and I hope that I kind of inspire all of you. And you know, you can't be good at anything you haven't really tried out. So yeah, there are a whole bunch of coloring artists out there, and I'm definitely not one of them, but I find it kind of relaxing and fun to do, so maybe I'll learn at the end of it. You'll never know. You'll never know. It is fun. That's why I do it. We have taken these two colors. Let's do the darkest one of them all. And because this is really dark, I'm just almost not really having any touch to the page at all, just the tiniest bits of color on these. And yes, I know I need to find whatever it is. Let's see, I think I know where it is now. Sorry if you see. I found all kinds of fun things that we will definitely look into another of these days. Maybe tomorrow if I stream, I don't know. No, I thought I knew where it was, but just adding in a little bit more here. Not really doing anything precise. That might be the beauty of creating too. So this specific picture that I'm coloring in right now, I think I chose that one on Wednesday when I had the live last time. And yep, I've done a couple of them since because there are several of them colored in. But this specific one I wanted to do live like this because I've spoken about it before. And yeah, are we finished with the tree? I think we are. We are going to look further into one thing that I know. Let's look into the bird. And the bird, I want to have it turquoise, so we will have it turquoise. Or aqua, whatever the fancy word is. I have no clue. I want to have him turquoise. So he is now turquoise. That girl and that girl, or yeah, let's see, I think I want to have are we going black hair? I think we are. It might not show up too well, but I think that's where we are heading with the hair, or more like a grayish black there. And we are going to color just a tiny bit of a thing. It's so intricate, so I'm kind of not really wanting to color these faces in a way. I don't know. There are some small little hands. It's not even visible, but I'll do it anyway. I'm thinking actually, do we want to go red in terms of the or now thinking dark blue here. And I'm actually going not really dark, but going in there, and maybe a little bit more of a pinkish red on the other little girl. Actually going with black hair on this one too. It might be that this whole creation is thinking about herself throughout her years. So that might be her, and that might be her as a child. You'll never know. So that's why I'm kind of going like that. And for that one, I'm thinking jeans and a red t-shirt, or red red pair of, yeah, no, it's not a t-shirt, it's a normal sweatshirt or some sort. Actually going with black shoes. I think it's shoes there. I see it as that. So I'm going with this red. Or is it? Yeah. It is so tiny, but it's there. So going red and blue in terms of the clothing. And of course with the swing it has to be brownish. I don't know, the wood swing. And going like that. And the only thing now, there are definitely things, you know, you can, the lip here for instance, can we do a thing with that? No, who am I? I was meant to take the other side because this is a beauty, this little pencil or sharpener. One side is for colored pencils and one side is for the other because they are harder in terms of the thing. Let's see, we don't have the lip down here. That's why I'm kind of trying a thing or two. Kind of destroying the pencil too. I don't know if I did a great work with that, if it was supposed to be a little bit more angled. I am going to have brown eyes on her. Let's see. That is only because I did feel like I wanted to create this one because it is me and I have brown eyes. Maybe some little, you know, colors in here too. Other than that, I don't know. The blue, I definitely see, like I want to add a little tiny bit more blue here. And then we will have to figure out, are we going with the same thing for the tree up here maybe? I don't know. There is definitely something strange going on with this portion of it. Because I added this, but it doesn't really end there, does it? I don't know what to do with that. We'll have to kind of, let's figure that one out if I'll go like that. It feels a little bit strange to me. For now, I think I will leave it. It is finished, is it? I think it is, in a way. I am debating with myself if I want to go dark green on the trees. That might be, you know, a little bit darker, or if it's just me thinking too much of it. I will have a picture on my Instagram so you can see the picture more clearly, because I know that the camera kind of doesn't really have the right colors. And I've tried to look into that, believe me, but I don't know how. I'm not a techie person, so unfortunately not a techie person. But I know that this is darker than it seems. So over at Mrs. JG Crafts on Instagram, you can see a picture if you like. So thank you all so much for those. Hello April, thank you so much. Thank you Time Lord, thank you Carla, thank you Shadowcraft. Grab some lunch. Have a lovely weekend, you too, April. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully I will be live again tomorrow with something else. This is the creation of the day, and have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Bye everyone.